is the MattyDaddy. Pow, 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 pow. Week 1 is that's one step closer. We have a month to prepare for NFT draft season, baby. We're talking weekly tournaments, free to enter, cash prizes. Gimme. We're going to start it off right. The only way the MattyDaddy knows how to do it is to deliver the goods. So every week for the next month and a half, we're going to be doing mock drafts. That's right. Cash prizes for free entry to tournaments. I'm going to pick 10 cards, set lineups, use MVP, standards, different kind of stuff, standouts, you name it. We're just going to roll with it. We're going to see what kind of lineups we can get, and I am here to help you succeed. So today's show, we're going to be doing 8 commons, 2 standouts, see how the cards take us, 135 point max. Before we get all to those yum-yums, let's hit it hard. Boo-doo-doo, with the injury updates. Da-da-da-da. Nice little sound bites. Injury updates. First off, we have Indianapolis quarterback 1 out with a foot injury. Not just out with a foot injury, getting foot surgery. Oh, I'm a little worried about this. I'm not going to lie. We're talking 5 to 12 weeks. This quarterback would be out. Plus, you have a card that's valued at 16 points. Not cheap, but this is an impact player that now we have to figure out, pick up the pieces, see where we're at now. We're going to be rocking with the quarterback, not much experience, second-year player out of Washington at quarterback. I'm probably going to try to avoid this situation to start off the year. 16 points isn't too much for a quarterback, just not one I want to gamble with right now. So my opinion would be steer clear, stay away, see how the foot injury, the surgery goes. Then we'll reevaluate the situation week 8, week 9, see where we're at. So, little quarterback shuffle. We'll see, not the Cupid shuffle, the quarterback shuffle. More injury news. You see the chalk. We're talking Philadelphia wide receiver 1. Another hot card, valued at 17 points. The wide receiver on their team has an MCL injury. We're talking 2 to 4 week time frame. Puts him on track to play week 1. But Philadelphia's receiver is a rookie. This wide receiver 1 has an injury history, small guy, and being a rookie, I'm not sure I want to throw this card out there week 1, week 2, week 3. So another one of those, you might want to hold and wait and see what we got. As far as the other receivers down the depth chart, not near as good or a level of talent as Philadelphia's wide receiver 1. So another one, maybe wait a couple weeks, let it transpire. But I'm not ready to make the call on this just yet. So we've tackled injuries. Now we got to tackle lineups, baby. Pop! There it is. Lineup. 10 starters, 2 quarterback max, 2 defense kicker max. The rest you can play with. We've talked this over in the previous episodes. If you haven't checked out NFTDRAFT's website or their YouTube channel, go do it. You can find all these great yum-yums, all this great information. Got a pretty nice beard today. It's, what's the word? You're glowing? Because I'm glowing because I'm ready to talk football. Anyways, so like I said, for this week's exercise, first mock draft, we've done 8 commons, 2 standouts. Loaded the deck, looked through all my cards. I was like, all right, we got to come up with some crazy lineup, something different. What do I want to rock week 1? So this is my first lineup, opening the book, giving you a look. Let's start it off. I'm going to hit you with my 2 standouts. First, tight end number 1, valued at 20 points. This is, if anybody doesn't know or watch NFL football, Travis Kelce. Best tight end in the game, connected to the best offense in the game. To me, this was a no-brainer, standout, plus I get a little extra. So I thought this was a great card to start the card with. Little fact about Kansas City's week 1 opponent, Cleveland's defense. Great defense, but bottom 5 against tight ends. So that tells me right there, points are there to be scored. Yeah, points are there to be scored. I'm going to be gobbling up the tight end 1 for Kansas City, week 1. This is a matchup, hot buy as they call it. I really think anytime you have the Kansas City 1 card, you're going to want to start it, especially at the tight end position. This is a guy who delivers every year, Great week 1 player. So that was my first standout. Let's move on because it takes 2 of us. This one was a deal of all deals. Running back 1 card for Atlanta, 14 points. Did I get that right? You're telling me I can get Atlanta's RB1 card for 14 points? Locked and loaded, baby. This is a guy last year played for Carolina, tore it up in his time playing. And now he's going to Atlanta. Little pop quiz on Atlanta. They just hired a new coach who is a run game coordinator for Tennessee. And we've all seen Tennessee's RB1 card, how valuable that is. 20 points. Like, it's the best of the best. So now you're taking Atlanta, standout card, 14 points. To me, that's a hell of a buy. I'm starting this card anytime I can because it's a cheat code to me. Another thing, Atlanta plays Philadelphia's weak defense week 1. So that puts even more attention on this RB to run wild. Run, run, run. What's that song they used to come? And the beast keeps running, 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 running. Anyways, I'm pumped. So my 2 standout cards, tight end 1, Kansas City. RB1, Atlanta. So let's keep it going, guys. From there, I had to pick quarterbacks. I'm always, knowing me, I'm going to start 2 QBs as much as I can. Good things to remember, 4-point passing touchdowns, 4 quarterbacks. So it is a hell of a difference, but you're going to have to see which quarterbacks run. That's going to be another one you're going to have to look into. As you can see on the screen, I went Kansas City quarterback 1. 20 points, locked and loaded, threw it in there. This is a guy, former MVP. You're going to want to start this card, set it and forget it, as they say. I think this is instant production. Value's there. I'll take it. I'll pay the piper for a player like him. Yeah, not much to say about Kansas City QB1. If you do have a captain, MVP card, any of that of Kansas City 1, I'm just jelly. Super peanut butter jelly. Being a little corny this video, jealous. Second quarterback, Baltimore Ravens QB1, 17 points. To me, this was a discount. This is a quarterback who was an MVP. Most people don't know what that means. Most valuable player in the NFL just 2 years ago. This guy has done it all, and like we mentioned earlier, 4-point passing touchdown. What does that do? That opens a loophole for those running quarterbacks. Well, guess what? Baltimore's QB1 rushed over 1,000 yards. And if you don't know what that means, it's really good. Really, 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 really. Baltimore QB1, another one. Flavor of the week, 17 points. You can't beat that. I'm running with that all damn day. So my quarterback stack, my standout stack, solid. So solid. I think I've done a hell of a job building a lineup so far. So we have 4 cards. We put in max value on most of these cards. So let's fill out the rest of this lineup. You'll see my next RB card, Arizona RB2. Matt, what are you doing? 8-point card, Arizona RB2? That's cheap. That's the RB2 for Arizona. Why are you putting him in there? Little known fact. Last year, both of Arizona's running backs performed like RB1-2s. So that's top 24 talent at the running back position projected scoring. So that's a running back value. If you're telling me I'm only paying 8 points for an RB that could win me any week because of the offense, the volume, everything is there, I'll take it. I want this guy. To me, this is a brand new running back from Steelers. If you look at his points per game total last year, it was nuts. So to me, another great value. This is what I'm loving. These 8-point cards that are a little trickier, but they can win you weeks. And also, he's got to play Tennessee. So you're playing Arizona at Tennessee. Yeah, they got a tricky defense. But Arizona's going to be on the field a bunch. Regardless of the defensive matchup, they're going to have to lean on their run game. That's how good of a defense Tennessee is. They can't just play one way or the other. So this is a heck of a matchup. One I didn't mind investing in to kind of skyrocket some of those other cards and kind of set my lineup. Let's keep the good times going, guys. Washington wide receiver 2. We're talking brand new in one of the most pass-heavy offenses in the NFL last year. You've got a new quarterback in Washington, way better. and you've got more weapons. This receiver, too, was one of the highest paid free agent signings of this offseason. Brand new guy comes in, and little known fact, Curtis Samuel, who is Washington's wide receiver 2, was a top 24 receiver last year. So another player worth keeping an eye on, especially at this value of 8 points. They play San Diego. San Diego has a good defense, but this is an offense that's going to pass the ball. So to me, that wide receiver 2 on their team could finish just as good as a wide receiver 1, but the value is there. This is who I want to start, locked and loaded all night long. Let's keep it going, guys. This is another value play. God, I keep saying value because I kept running into it. Tennessee wide receiver 2, only 15 points. If anybody doesn't know who their wide receiver 2 is, I don't either. But here's the kicker, whatever you want to call it. Their wide receiver 2 is just as good as their wide receiver 1. And you see Cleveland's wide receiver 2 priced at 17, Minnesota's wide receiver 2 priced at 18. So you see these points, but you see Tennessee's receiver 2 who could be just as good as some of these other cards, and you're getting them for 3 to 4 to 5 points cheaper. Give it to me, baby. Tennessee wide receiver 2 priced at 15 points. Wide receiver 14 overall projection. So out of 32 teams, this wide receiver is projected to score around the top 14 receivers. Yeah, this is hot buy. They're going to be playing Arizona. Like I said, heavy pass game. This is going to be a back-and-forth matchup. I want a piece of this Julio Jones or A.J. Brown, whoever it is at the wide receiver 2 position. Sign me up. Lock it in, load it. So far, I've got Kansas City QB1, Baltimore QB1. My standout cards, Atlanta RB1, Kansas City tight end 1. Oh, baby. Now you're saying Washington wide receiver 2 at 8 points. Signing it up. Tennessee wide receiver 2 at 15 points. Signing it up. And then Arizona's RB2 at a glorious discount of 8 points. Signing it up. All right. So far, so good. We have a great lineup. Here comes the tricky cards. These are the ones I wasn't sure about, but I had 8 points that I had to use. Seattle tight end 1. But as I cringe, let me explain my thought process on this wild card, I'd like to call it. 8 points could be a hell of a value for the third highest pass-catching player on Seattle's team. Seattle doesn't have a defense where they can just stop the ball, stop the offense of the other team. So you get a brand new tight end coming over to Seattle. This guy produced when he played for the Los Angeles Rams. Freak athlete. And Mr. Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seahawks, loves to pass the ball. And he loves to target the tight end in the end zone. The end zone is where you score touchdowns, where you get those 6-7 points. Easy money, baby. So to me, Gerald Everett, Seattle tight end 1 at 8 points. Hot buy. Am I signing it up? I'm starting to. Let me erase it a little bit. I'm starting to. So don't hold me for this one, but this is a tight end that has massive upside. And for 8 points, if he blows up like he's supposed to, this could be a hell of a value. This is a card I want when I'm looking at, I'll take the chance. No risk it, no biscuit. If this guy is 8 points and it makes me jump up at week 1, pop some points off the board, give it to me all night long, I'm signing up. I can't help myself. 2 quarterbacks. I got 2 RBs. I got the receivers taken care of. The tight ends. Boom, 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 boom. And I've been stacking a bunch of 8-point players into my lineup. So far, I've really got 2 20-point guys. So you've seen me be able to set this mock draft up with some middle range guys who I think the value's appropriate. This was a value mock. This was me kind of playing chess, moving the pieces, looking at the matchups. I'm a looking and I'm a liking. So here we go. Last card. What do I do here? There's so many different ones. What do I do here? I've got 25 points left. So far, I've set a hell of a lineup. I'm still looking at a couple wild card players. I have to have a defense, but I have one more card for positional. So what I do, 15-point card, 10-point card, let's rock it. Let's go 15 points on Pittsburgh RB1. This is kind of the same gamble I just took on Seattle's tight end one. Pittsburgh RB1, 15 points. What are you doing, Matt? This Pittsburgh's offense wasn't that good last year on the run. They weren't. But have faith. The guy they drafted in the first round, you know what position they addressed right off the bat? The running back position. So Najee Harris, Pittsburgh RB1, another value, 15 points. This is a guy they're going to get involved early. They're going to want to keep the defense off the field. So that means more running for Pittsburgh RB1 at 15 points. Granted, he is a rookie. So I'm taking a chance on a couple spots in this lineup because of the value. But I think they could pay off tremendously. Like we said earlier in the video, no risk it, no biscuit. Pittsburgh RB1, 15 points, only 22 years old. If you're playing the long game, this is a card you're going to want to invest in. This is a guy I love. I think this one will be great. So definitely check it out. Love this guy. Love his talent. Week 1 is a gamble, but it's worth it. Sign it up. Sign it up, man. Woo, woo. Blowing the whistle. I'm signing up too many. It's like I'm signing autographs today, but I'm just setting the lineups. See, I'm just excited. Week 1 mock. Oh, give it to me. Guys, what do you think so far? So we've hit some value plays. We've hit some lock it, drop it plays. We have set a hell of a lineup, but I'm still missing that defense. You have to start a defense, right? A defense or kicker. I got 10 points. So does 10 points get me a defense kicker combo card? No. So what am I going to do here? Spend a little extra on Najee, believing in the talent, which is the Pittsburgh RB1. So that leaves me one card available. What do I do here for defense? Dude, Week 1 matchup. San Francisco 49ers, 10-point defensive card versus the Detroit Lions. Wait, did I say Detroit Lions? Excuse me, Detroit Kitty Cats. Wow. They do not deserve to be called the Lions just yet. This is not a good defense. This is not a good football team. So if anything I've noticed, a great defense versus a terrible offense, money, baby. Show me the money. This is what's going to be the belle of the ball for my 10-pack starter tournament entry. Duh. San Francisco defense, number 1, 10 points. Locked and loaded. So it's almost like a cheat code. 10 points, and I'm going to get a defense that could score anywhere, starts off with 10, could go up to 30 points. This is going to be a bloodbath, guys. This is going to be a massacre. If you have San Francisco's defense, this is the matchup of Week 1, hands down. And this is one I'm going to want to take advantage of as much as possible because I know the points are going to be consistent and I know they will be there. Detroit does not stand a chance. Locked and loaded. This lineup is set me up for success. Guys, 10 cards, 135 points exactly spent. And I just sent a hell of a Week 1 lineup for our first mock draft. We got plenty more, though, guys. Don't forget, NFTDRAFT is the future of fantasy football. Promo packs all the time being given out. I'm going to be doing 2 of these videos a week, so you're going to get plenty of the MattyDaddy. I plan on doing a Q&A weekly live stream where you guys, if you have football questions, generalized content questions, you just have questions, you can hit me up. I'm here for you. We're in this together. We're setting you up for Week 1. I'm pumped for it. I am the MattyDaddy. As always, keep grinding and trust the process. Guys, let's have fun. Let's do this the right way. And as always, NFTDRAFT, MattyDaddy, it has been a pleasure. Home, my treasure.